hey everybody, and welcome back. This is a fucking pain in the arse one, and I'm not too chuffed, so let's just dive into this. Right. California reduces penalties for knowingly infecting someone with HIV. Yay, great. October 10th, 2017, Democratic California Governor Jerry Brown has signed into law a bill, authored by two openly homosexual legislators, that reduces the crime of a person knowingly infecting another person with HIV from a felony to a misdemeanor. Right, well this is fucking ridiculous. I mean, no point, any point, should it be acceptable to infect anyone with a potentially life-threatening disease and not to be sentenced to a very, very harsh punishment for it. I mean, it has been proven time and time again that it's probably going to cost the best part of $1 million for someone who's contracted the HIV virus. So the person not only has screwed up their chances for intimate relationships with other partners, they've also gave them a massive financial burden. And for those two things alone, the person who infected the innocent party here should be fucking hung, drawn and quartered. And Jerry Brown, the Democratic Governor of California, should be fucking hung along with them. Anyway, let's go on. The bill, SB 239, also removes the felony classification for intentionally donating AIDS-infected blood and makes it a misdemeanor. Okay, that's fucking bullshit. What if that blood went to a child and that child was infected with HIV? That's that child's life ruined. That person who donated that blood should be fucking burnt at the fucking stake. But that's just me. Anyway. Penalties are reduced from a maximum of 8 years in a state prison for being convicted of knowingly infecting someone with HIV to imprisonment in a county jail for not more than 6 months. That's ridiculous. The bill was co-sponsored by Senator Scott Wiener, a Democrat from San Francisco, and Assemblyman Todd Gloria. Fuck off. Both open homosexuals. I have no problem with homosexuality, but this is fucking ridiculous. Wiener is a far-left LGBT militant who harshly attacked Attorney General Jeff Sessions' new pro-religious liberty guidance, saying that in October 6th statement, "We will beat back this bigotry and any other bigotry that comes spewing out of this White House." Well, Todd Gloria and Senator Scott Wiener, you are the biggest fucking bigots there is. The people who have an attitude like yours, who force everything on everybody else, only makes us fucking dislike you and pushes everybody who's centre or right of centre fucking further to the right, and it's all your fucking fault, you despicable fucking human being. Scott Wiener, I hope fucking at some point this gets passed to your attention. You are a fucking scumbag of the highest order. You, Todd Gloria, and that fucking senator, right, you're all wankers. All of you. Every single fucking one. Right, Anderson's bill undercuts accountability. So Republican Senator Joel Anderson spoke out against SB 239 when it was debated in the Senate floor and passed easily along party lines in late May. If you intentionally transmit HIV or any other communicable disease that's fundamentally life-altering to a victim, of course you should be charged. You should go to jail, Anderson said. Well, I would do a bit more than charge them and send them to jail, but there we go. That's just me. How is this different than I took a baseball bat, beat you with it, and you had the healthcare costs going forth, you had brain injury, you're never the same, you'll never live your life to the same extent that you did prior to that confrontation. He said the critical word in the legislation is the intentional transmission of HIV or any communicable disease. Yes, critical word in there is intentional, and if you intentionally do it, you should be fucking, as I said, burnt at the fucking stake for doing something utterly heinous and despicable to someone who really probably didn't deserve it. And the least you can do is give your own... Never mind. Nope. Right. Calm. There's me leaving my fucking vape elsewhere. When you intentionally harm others, when you intentionally put others at risk, you should have responsibility, he said. On the other side, Nania Kahanan, who served on President Obama's Advisory Council on HIV and AIDS, well, there you fucking go, she served with Obama, so I'm not here, don't give a fuck, no doubt they're going to be fucking liberal and retarded. Says changes to tough HIV transmission laws are needed because they actually discourage people from getting tested for HIV as a way not to be prosecuted for intentionally transmitting it. Well, either way, if they knew or not and they didn't get tested, if they're found out to be intentionally having sex with someone without protection and they transmit on HIV, regardless of whether they knew they had it or not, they should be fucking responsible. So they should be sent and locked in a hole and fucking lose the hole. Laws are designed to target people with HIV have been shown to increase stigma, thus reducing testing and engaging in care. You cannot be prosecuted if you don't know your HIV status, and recent studies have found that many people do not get tested out of fear of prosecution. The message these laws send: take the test and risk the rest. No, they fucking don't, you stupid fucking cunt. I swear to God. And it came from a Huffington Post. Oh, fuck. Senator Wiener, you're a fucking cunt. Kiana, you're a cunt too, and you should both be fucking hung at the fucking on a gallows because you're fucking despicable humans. You're garbage. You're human garbage. You're always going to be human garbage, you fucking retards. Research now shows indisputably that if a person living with HIV takes medication suppressing their viral load, it is impossible for them to transmit the virus to their partners, even when a condom is not used. That's why the absolute best way to prevent new HIV infections is to ensure that everyone who is positive knows their HIV status and has quality medical care. Yeah, that's fucking fine, but that isn't what we're talking about. The fact that you're reducing the sentence from a felony to a misdemeanor, basically. You're making it a slap in the fucking wrist, and that's despicable. What about, as I said, back to the donated blood that's intentionally infected with HIV and you donate it intentionally? Right, what if that goes to a child? Republican Senator Jeff Stone, who opposed SB 239, noted that the prescription drug compliance study shows 3 out of 4 Americans do not take their prescribed medications as prescribed. And so if you don't take your AIDS medication as prescribed, you can get an active virus which can be unknowingly transmitted to a partner, Stone said in a March committee hearing on SB 239. This is not a gay issue, Stone said, noting that he was confronted by an openly homosexual man who told him he is not a felon. And I don't believe he's a felon, but I do believe that if you have active HIV and you're communicable and you have risky behaviour with other person that causes them to get the disease, I believe that should remain a crime, and a significant crime, he said. Here fucking here. Stone cited other examples of people subjected to 7 years of prison for causing other severe harm, such as DUI and a bar brawl arrests. But under SB 239, if you knowingly have HIV virus positive and you don't tell a sexual partner and they get infected and that becomes a misdemeanor, I think it's a miscarriage of justice. The Conservative Alliance for Therapeutic Choice and Scientific Integrity, formerly NARTH, responded in an email alert against the newly signed legislation that there has always been flexibility in the law regarding how people who transmitted HIV are prosecuted. As I said, they should be prosecuted fucking to the fullest extent of the law. Now, even in a case demonstrating the most egregious irresponsibility, jail time has been capped at 6 months, stated the Alliance email. Sadly, that message now being sent to those who are infected with HIV is that you won't be held as accountable and don't need to be as concerned about disclosing others to the possibility that you may be exposing them to this deadly infection. If you forget or just plain don't want to let others know you are HIV positive, the worst that will happen is a relatively minor, light punished misdemeanor. This is not the message that we need to be sending if we care about the health and well-being of our citizens, the Alliance said. Yeah, fucking right. The spread of HIV is heavily linked to male homosexual sex. More than 9 in 10 new HIV cases among young men and boys aged 13 to 24 in the US occur amongst homosexuals and bisexuals, according to a new report by the Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC, as LifeSite News reported in May. The HIV law is one of the host of pro-LGBT bills that have been pro-LGBT bills that have been enacted in California's Democratic-dominated legislature in recent years. The organisation SaveCalifornia.com and other pro-family groups have attempted to stem the tide of pro-gay and pro-transgender bills, but have largely been stymied because of overwhelming democratic, legislative and political power of the state. This is fucking ridiculous, and I want your opinions on this. Oh my god, that is just fucking ridiculous. How's that even fucking... How can they live with themselves and sleep with themselves at night? I swear to god. Well, this is sickening to me to my stomach, ladies and gentlemen. Please let me know what you think about this and what the punishment for people who deliberately transmit HIV or deliberately infect other people with a deadly disease, what the punishment actually should be. And be honest, but remember, some people may get offended. So fuck it. Anyway, leave me your comments. Hit like, hit subscribe, all that good stuff. I'm going to go throw up now. My name is Alexander. I'll see you in the next one.